And so today we'll practice times 5.
Wait a minute, who book she got?
Okay, this is the page. All right. Everybody do the page already or not yet? Everybody skipped it like I asked? Yeah? Okay.
I did it.
Okay. So remember we learned what times mean when that means when we have that X. When we're multiplying, we are saying groups of, right? It's a quicker way to add up a bunch of things at one time. So we multiply it instead of trying to add it all up. We will multiply. Okay, so we'll be learning the times 5 facts. This is our new facts, and they're actually learning 2 sets of facts this week times 5, and then on Wednesday we'll do times 2. Okay, so if you look at it where it says A, here, where it says A, it is asking what is 3 times 5. So what that means is I have 3 groups. That's what they drew. 3 groups, and guess how many they all have in them? 5. So if you don't know automatically what 3 times 5 is, all you can do is count each group counting by 5. So we would say 5, 10, 15. So that means 3 times 5 is what? 15. So go ahead and put that. 3 times 5 is 15.
And we can do this on ours.
For those who did not do it.
Miss Footage, do you write it right here too?
And then on the side, they have it vertically. Do it as well on the side where it has 5 pennies times 3. Same exact fact. It's just it's switched around. But it's whether it's 3 times 5 or 5 times 3, it will be 15. It's the same thing.
And write it here.
That's what I just said. Binder. And your address paper too. Your address paper.
5 times.
Yeah, no facts. All right, let's look at your next one. B. It's 1 times 5. So what that means is 1 group of 5 in there. That's pretty simple to figure out. So 1 times 5 would equal 5. And I told you any number times 1 is always the number. 1 times 5 is 5.
This is getting easy.
Paper in your hand. Half a dozen is not 7. And you didn't do the bottom. And you're writing the number 110. 110 is 110. Then on the side it has 5 times 1. That also equals 5. Okay, next we have C. 4 times 5. That's telling me I have 4 groups of 5. So I can count them by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 4 times 5 is 20.
I'm lost. I'm doing all of it. I never did all of it.
Did you put your address paper in your binder?
That's cool how you study it. You already know this top fact, so please. I never even seen it.
Okay, we have D. 2 times 5. So that means 2 groups of 5. So let's count it. 5, 10. So 2 times 5 would be 10.
Ain't that pretty? I know. But they don't even have no group. 55, 20, 10. Wait a minute. This is kind of counting by 5s. 55, 20, 10. 5, 10. I mean, 5.
Okay, next one is pretty easy. That's 0 times 5.
0.
That's 0 groups of 5. And as you can see, there's nothing there. So 0 times 5 will be 0. Any anything times 0 is always 0 because you're saying that you have nothing. Yes. Okay. When Amina comes back. All right, we'll go to the back of this page. So we're on the same page. We're just going to the back to finish the rest that are on the back.
How are we gonna do this? It looks hard. But it's easy. Not that one. This one. Wait, this one. This is 10-1C. We've never had a C before. Me neither. I thought you said it was someone. We never had a C before.
Okay, are we ready for the back?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, so we have blank times 5. They want you to fill in what number. All we have to do is look at how many groups we have. How many groups do we have?
7. 7.
7. So that will be a 7 times 5, and that would equal, let's count them by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 7 times 5 is 35. We're on F in case you're lost. We're on F. That's not F? 7 times 5, yeah.
Oh, yeah, girl. So cute. I got myself mixed up. Why do you got yourself mixed up? Because you a mixed up girl?
5. Okay, next we have G.
G. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, again, we need to fill in. What number are we missing?
9.
9. So your groups were 9. So it should be 9 times 5.
Equal.
Let's go ahead and count them.
5,
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
45.
45. So 9 times 5 is 45.
Wait. What is 5? 45. Hey, that's not right.
All right, let's look at H. How many groups do we have?
5.
5 groups. So they're asking what's 5 times 5. Let's count them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 5 times 5 is 25. Hope everybody's filling this in. We're in our book. We've been in our book.
I didn't know we're in our book.
Okay, everybody has them filled in. Y'all are filling them in as we go. Okay, I see Camille say yes. She's the only person that say yes.
I'm not in my book. It's not in your book.
I did it already.
Okay, but just make sure you're still following along with us.
I
Anybody
am.
else? Okay, Hannah, what you need?
What page are we on, Miss Flugence?
110. Okay. Let's go to the next one. What letter is that? I. So we're missing a number again. How many groups do we have? 8 groups. So they're asking what's 8 times 5. Let's count it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 8 times 5 is 40.
You've been reading this the whole time.
All right, NJ, count your groups.
Wait, together?
Just count the groups.
6.
6 groups. Okay, so they're asking what's 6 times 5. Let's count our groups. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 6 times 5 is 30. And I have 10 up here. They don't have 10, but we already know 10 times 5 is
50.
All right, so those are all of your times 5 facts. We filled them all in. Yeah. Okay, for those who had skipped the page, remember I wanted you to skip it last week so we could do it together today. So let's go ahead and go to the next one, which will be 110C. This one here. You didn't do 4 and 5.
It's right there, girl. It's right there. Yes, it is. It's the time clock. Whoa. Okay. Right. You saw the division. Oh.
Wait, are we going to time? Wait.
Yeah. No. I did your whole page already. Stop. It's not with you.
All right, we'll be filling in the answers here. So as you can see, it's like a clock, right? But remember, that's because when we're counting the clock, we count by 5. So as you see it, they have lines. So let's start with 12. They have a line above the 12.
That's
So remember, whenever we get to the 12 on the clock, what do we say?
0.
0, 0, which is o'clock, and it's also really 60. But
And
0, 0, o'clock. Yes, Lyric, you have a question?
I can't find the page.
Huh?
I can't find the page.
Were you just on the other one? Yeah, it's the page right after that.
My mom staples on my paper.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, so 110C. It's page 110C. All right, so let's go to 1. So when we say 1 on the clock, we actually say 5. So put a 5 by that 1 on the lines that are outside the clock by the numbers. So when we say 2 on the clock, we actually mean 10. This is when we're counting minutes. 3, when we actually say 3 on the clock, 15.
15.
When we say 4 on the clock, we're actually saying 20.
Wait, look how fast.
That's Nichols.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Whenever we say 5 on the clock, we're actually saying 25.
25.
What are you doing? I thought it was 20.
6, when we say 6 on the clock, we're actually saying 30.
I see that.
Oh, we'll be this year.
35.
7, when we say 7 on the clock, we're actually saying
35. Oh, I wrote okay.
8, when we say 8 on the clock, we're saying 40.
45, 57, Dicky. 5 plus 10 equals 15. 20 plus 25 equals 30.
Next, we have 9. When we say 9, that's
45.
25.
Could we do this one? Oh. Just one to add.
When I say 10, I'm actually saying 50.
At 55. I mean 56. At 56.
And when we say 11, we're actually saying
55. Wait,
55.
I wrote a 55. Wait, so you
Okay, we have the clock filled in.
Wait, I haven't done everything.
All right, so go ahead and fill in your facts at the bottom. Try those out. We just did them and I have them up here on the board. So start with the 1 times 5. I'll give you about 2 minutes to fill them in. Go ahead.
I can't see.
Just do the ones that's after that.
Oh, that's so funny. 0, 5, 10.
Binder and your address. That address is paper we wrote earlier. Let me see on your binder too.
2 times 5. 10. 10. 6 times 5. 7 times 5. 30. 9 times 5. 6 times 5. And then the left times 5. 50. Class 1. 3 times 5. 3 times 5. You guys still have to. Oh, I know a way. I know a way. Oh, to count with your fingers. No. No. And the clock has the 5. 11 times 5. The clock has the answer still. I know. There's no 11 times 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that.
Okay. Are we gonna skip it? No, let's do it. Aww. Oh, I know a way. I skipped a few. 5, 10, 20, 40. 40. This is actually counting by 5s a little bit. 15, 35, 40.
But this is the thing. I don't have to say. Excuse me, what 11 is because look at the clock.
I know. Yeah, I was telling them the clock has the answer.
Yeah, it does. That's why we did the clock before that. Because when we count by 5s and we get to 11, it's 55. So 11 times 5 is 55.
I put 40.
Same thing with 12. We put o'clock, but really it's 60. So 12 times 5 would be 60.
I keep doing it wrong. Can I tell you something?
About math?
No, I mean, it's about spelling.
Okay.
What is
Not at the
it?
moment. Okay, do we have those filled in?
Wait, I can't say. Hold it. About the spelling. My brother do the bottom. In a street, so I'm going to do the bottom, Miss Felicia.
Okay. Huh?
We do the bottom.
No.
And oh, we don't do the bottom. Yes. I didn't know. I didn't know. So when she said do the time facts, I was like, okay, I'll do all the time facts. And I kind of do it. And I was like, I didn't do. That's okay now. Centimeter. She said don't do it. Well, too bad. Don't do what? And I know how to count on your finger. I know what way. And better with 5. I don't care. I count in my mind. I mean, oh, man. Okay. What is the wow? I do that sometimes. Not I am the kind of smart.
Okay, are we good?
Yes,
Yeah. All right, so let's go over the facts together. Let's start with 1. So 1 times 5 equals 5, 5, 5. 2 times 5 equals 10, 10, 10. 3 times 5 equals 15, 15, 15. 4 times 5 equals 20, 20, 20. 5 times 5 equals 25, 25, 25. 6 times 5 equals 30, 30, 30. 7 times 5 equals 35, 35, 35. 8 times 5 equals 40, 40, 40. 9 times 5 equals 45, 45, 45. 10 times 5 equals 50, 50, 50. 11 times 5 equals 55, 55, 55. And 12 times 5 equals 60, 60, 60. All right, so those are your times 5 facts. So if you looked in your book today, for those who did their pages already, your 111A page was a multiplication page, right? If you looked at it already, that's what it was. So those are what your facts will be on now. I'm sorry, that's what your facts page is now, multiplication facts. There's no more subtraction like we've been doing for a while. It'll be all multiplication now, okay? So just keep that in mind when working on that. So that's the times 5. That's what I wanted to say for today. Going over those, and we'll practice them all week. Okay, if you could go to this page in your book. This is the next part of our lesson worksheet 111. You can find this page, lesson worksheet 111.
I found my page first. Yes, I did. No, she did.
Lesson worksheet 111.
Mix numbers to show the value of power and plastic. Wow.
Yeah. It's super hot. And don't go there. Jill, sit down.
Makes like a big line. What? Makes like a big line.
You just must be.
What? Don't count.
Everybody has a page, yes?
No, it's not.
All right, okay, just making sure before I get started. Everybody's good? Yes? I'm not getting a yes from everybody.
And I have it.
I don't want to get midway in the lesson. We're like, oh.
I'm smart too. Oh, that's smart. Just a big could do it out. I
mean,
magic for the big Phonics. 9 1. No, we'll do 1 always 6 out. I'm saying 6 out on the
All right, so today we are going to learn how to write what's called mixed numbers. Okay, we'll write it right here so you can see what this means. Okay, so a mixed number. Okay, mixed numbers. Let me show you what that looks like. I'll show you what a mixed number looks like. Okay, this is an example of a mixed number. Okay, as you can see, it's different from the numbers that we normally write. So whenever we say a mixed number, basically it's what it says, 2 numbers that are mixed together. We'll have a whole number, which is that 2, and then we'll have a fraction together. Whenever we have a whole number and a fraction that we put together, it is called a mixed number because it's mixed with both a whole number and a fraction. It's put together and it makes what's called a mixed number. Okay? So if you look at the page in your book, that's where we're going to be today. We're going to practice writing mixed numbers. Now, let's look at the top. You see how at the top it has the shape and it says equals 1. You see that? Where it says equals 1? Yes, Solomon?
The page is lost.
Lesson 111. Y'all, I asked before we did it, I say, are you on the page? Make sure you're on the page. I kept saying that. Lesson 111. Lesson worksheet 111. Is everybody on the page before I go further, before we actually start working on the page? Yes? Okay. All right. So mixed number. Again, you have a whole number and a fraction. So that's what we're going to do. So you can look at your book so that we can go to the page. So if you look at it at the top, it has the picture of the shape and it says that equals 1, right? We already know that. So that's the whole shape and it equals 1. So, but when you look at number 1, is it a whole shape both times? No, no, no. This is a whole shape. That is not. That's what we're going to learn, how to write a mixed number whenever it looks like that, okay? So again, if you look at it, okay, so how many holes of a shape do we have on number 1? How many holes of a shape, meaning it's the whole shape. It's not a piece of the shape, it's the whole thing. How many? How many? Okay, there's 2 shapes on there. How many of them is the whole thing? Yes, 1. One of them. So we know that our whole number will be 1. This is for number 1. Our whole number will be 1. Okay?
Right.
Now we have to figure out the fraction. Now, looking at the shape, looking at it, how many pieces do you think I need to add to this to make it a whole? Look at it. It has the top part. What else would I need to add to make this a whole shape like this one? What would I need to do? Add a what?
1 more.
Add another half, but I don't have it. So that's where I write the fraction. This one here was broken into 2 pieces. How many pieces do we have?
1.
So that will be 1 out of 2 because it's supposed to be 2. 1 out of 2. So when I write the whole number for number 1, it is 1 whole shape out of a half. That's a mixed number. I have 1 whole one, yes, but that other one that I had was a half. It was 1 piece out of 2 pieces total that would have made it a whole. Y'all see what I'm saying, kind of?
You know,
It's 1 and a half. Yeah, you can write it for number 1. This is the answer, 1, because we have 1 whole shape, and then 1 half because that other piece, the piece right here, was only a half. So that's 1 and 1 half.
You divide both of them. You divide both of them.
You know what?
I don't
1
know
times
what
1.
What? Okay, spelling.
What
5 times.
10 plus 10 if you put
That's fine.
it together? What's 2 plus 2 if you put it?
4.
No.
22.
Yes.
Okay, are we ready for number 2? Yes.
22 plus 22 plus 22.
Everybody's ready for number 2? Could you shake your head? Yes. Okay, number 2. All right, so look at number 2. Now let's look at the shapes we have. How many holes do we have? Meaning it's the whole shape. It's not a portion. How many holes do we have? Okay, 2. I see everybody holding up 2. It was 2 people holding up 2. Okay, so 2. So that's 2 holes. Now, when it comes to that last one, those are triangles that make up the shape, okay? So I would need 6 triangles total to make up this shape, all right? 6 triangles total to make up a full shape. How many triangles do I have?
1.
Only 1. So my fraction will be 1 out of, how many did I just say it makes total? How many did I say it takes total? 6. So the fraction will be 1 out of 6 because I have 1 piece, which is that 1 triangle out of 6 triangles total I would need to finish a shape. So this is 2 and 1, 6. That's your mixed number for number 2. You have 2 holes and then 1 piece out of 6 total for the last one.
A third one. What is this? Wait, it's a rectangle.
It is divide both of them. You already have this one divided. Then you take away another these 2 pieces. What would it be? Because what would the answer be? You already
just draw this out. Miss Flitter's times and pluses mixed up a lot.
Okay. All right, let's look at number 3. How many holes do we have?
1.
1. One hole. Now you can kind of see how many more you would need to finish that shape, right?
Yes.
How many more would I need to finish that shape?
2. 1.
1 piece. How many do I have?
2.
So, okay, wait. So you said I would need 1 piece to finish it. So how many pieces would that be total?
3.
How many do I have?
2, I mean.
2. So what would the fraction be? It would be 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 because I have 2 pieces already there out of 3 that should be there total. So 1 2/3.
I get what you're saying, but I oh, I know this shape. It's a rectangle. No, a diamond.
It's the diamond.
Oops, not.
Diamond.
Oh, you just finished that shape. It's not a diamond. No, she finished the shape. And yes, it is a diamond.
It's the diamond if you look at it in kind of way. Oh, it's a cube.
Where?
I see the resemblance. Look. You have to look a certain way.
All right, and let's look at number 4. So it's asking for 1 1/3 of a shape. Okay, let's do a circle. Okay, we'll draw it out. Let's draw it out. Okay, so it's asking for 1 1/3. So out of 1 1/3, how many holes would I have? 1 whole circle. So put 1 whole circle. One. Okay. Do we have the 1 whole circle?
Yes. No,
Then it's saying
wait,
1/3 of a fraction. So that means I have a circle divided into thirds, but how many pieces would I draw?
1 out of 3.
1 piece out of 3 because the fraction is 1/3. Remember, your top number means how many you have. Your bottom is how many you have total. So out of 1/3, we only have 1 piece. So when it comes to drawing 1/3 of the circle, so what you can do is draw the circle divided in 3, but you're going to erase like this to show just 1/3 of the circle.
Wait a minute.
The food is not only got to draw that.
All you do is just draw the circle and divide it into thirds.
The circle.
Draw your circle.
Would you draw a circle for me? Easy peasy.
Divide it into thirds. But then erase 2 of them because you only have 1/3.
Look, I can't do this. This food is going to make me right.
Wait, but you guys do different. Okay, let's see. Like, I don't know. Probably good.
This food is like this.
This food is really hard.
Miss Food, is that do it a little bit?
Yeah, it's good.
Where did my jacket go?
I did already.
Where did it go? Because it's gonna show me go down. Go down. Ooh, it's wet. It's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
Body likes hot, so everybody.
I do.
I That's how you do it. Circle, circle, circle. Children. Now I have to do it.
The 5. Look, it says show.
All right, do we have that?
Yes.
Okay, let me see.
I got it.
I got it. We're still on math.
Okay.
Math, that's only we got to do today, I guess.
I'm really good.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay, good.
one is
So,
I
okay.
tried my best.
All right. Okay, so that's how we draw mixed numbers. It's a whole number and a fraction together. So tomorrow we'll do the reverse, kind of like what we just did. We'll have the fraction and we have to draw the shape for the fraction, okay? So that's mixed numbers is a whole number and a fraction that are put together, okay? Whole number, fraction, put together. That's why it's called a mixed number. You just have to know the fractional part of the shape that has only pieces of it and how many more pieces you'll need. Okay. All right. So that is it for math, guys. You'll finish all the rest. If you hadn't done your pages already, you'll finish the rest of your pages on your own. Remember, I told you now we have multiplication facts that we'll do instead of subtraction now. So just be prepared for that. As we start to learn every Friday now, we'll start learning new multiplication facts. So you can start making your flashcards, kind of practicing. They start off really easy, but eventually when we start multiplying times 3 and 4 and 5, and 6 and 7, you'll need your multiplication facts, okay? Remember, multiplication means groups of. That's all that means, groups of.
What is 18 times 100?
Draw the groups. All right, let's go ahead and move on to writing. It's very simple today. If you have a little sleep paper, we just have 2 sentences. I knew it would be long in math, so I just kind of kept it a little light. We are learning quotations. This will be our last week on quotations, practicing indirect quotations. And I graded your test the week before. They were pretty good. So I didn't grade the ones from last week, but yeah. So I'm happy about that. All right, so I have 2 sentences up here. Like I said, it's only 2. Shouldn't take us long to get that done. So you will write them the correct way. We're not changing them. You will identify what kind it is, whether it's indirect or direct, and you will write it the correct way, okay? So we have number 1. It says, Dad yelled, get in the car. And then number 2, Sam said that she wanted to sing, okay? So I'll give you a few minutes to write those 2. Shouldn't be too bad. All right, everybody's ready? Let's go over them. So number 1 says, Dad yelled, get in the car. How would I write? Well, what kind of sentence is this one first? Direct or indirect? That is the question. Would this be direct or indirect? Carly, which one?
Direct.
This is a direct quotation, so that means I need quotation marks. Can someone explain to me how to write this one correctly? Number 1, Dad yelled, gets in the car, okay?
Capitalize the D.
Capitalize first letter D.
I can't wait this. Put a quotation mark at that.
Okay, comma after yell.
And put capitalize G. Put another quotation mark, and it is an exclamatory sentence.
Exclamation because he's yelling. Good. So I should have had capital D at the beginning, comma. Quotation is get in the car. That's where my quotation marks go. Capitalized by G, and I finish with the exclamation mark. All right, number 2, Sam said that she wanted to sing. Sam said that she wanted to sing. Can someone tell me, this is direct or indirect? Okay, Josiah?
Indirect.
This is indirect, so how should I write this one correctly?
I know this
You, Josiah, how should I write this one correctly?
Capitalize the S.
Capitalize first letter S.
Period.
And a period. That's it. No quotation marks. This is indirect. Good. All right. That's it. That's it. Yeah, the test will be on Thursday, and this is all you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
Quotation marks already?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said.
Like this. Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our phonics. Let's go over some charts today. Let's go over 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm 10. I'm 10.
No, 10, 11.
12, 13.
All right, we'll start with 10. All right, let's go over chart 10 together. WH. WH says what. WH says PCH says in patch. EAR says ear.
and ear.
EAR says air, and there. EAR says and earth. OLD says old.
Old, and gold. And
MB says and lamb. EW says ooh, and flu. EW says you. Y says e.
And rainy.
ER says
Bigger.
EST says S and biggest. LY says lead and slowly. EN says and sharpen. ES says S and peaches. ILD says child. IND says ein in kind. All right, let's look at 11.
Oh.
All right. O says
Up
and shovel.
shovel.
A says up
And
banana.
banana.
C says in
And
city.
city.
And U says
In Boston.
AW says in saw. EA says e
And leaf.
EA says in thread. EA says a in steak. IE says in
And brownie.
EY says e in tea. AY says a in obey. PH says
In clothes.
PH says in chorus. OUGH says in thought. AUGHC says in caught. G says in giant. DGE says in fudge. All right.
Supposed to give the chart. Y'all are supposed to give the chart.
All right, chart 12.
Well,
A says
that's
and
right.
asleep. AL says all and also. AE says be and because. EN says and enjoy.
Joy.
UN says
On
and
the
button.
button.
WR says
Roar, and wrinkle.
OULD says and could. AIR says air and there. U says and push. 13. OUGH says up and enough. OU says in country. ARR says air and carry. IRE says ire and fire. All right, and chart 13, last one. Ready? FUL. FUL says full and beautiful. ARE says air and care. T-A-I-N says ton, ton, ton in mountain. U-R-E says your in here. T-U-R-E says chur, chur, chur in pasture. W-A-R says war, war, war in war. T-I-O-N says shun, shun, shun in nation. S-I-O-N says shun, shun, shun in missionary. S-I-O-N says shun, shun, shun television. E-I-G-H says A in ace. O-R says in sailor. A-R says in dollar. Y says in crystal. E-R-R says air in cherry. Good. All right. So I just wanted to go over those charts, going over those.
Yeah,
We've been doing our charts for some time. But all right, so we've been learning contractions is when we take two words and put it together to make a shorter word. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice some contractions here. Some of them are already contracted, some are not. So we have can. That's contracted. What would the two words, if we pull it apart, what are the two words that make up can't? What are the two words that make up can't? Solomon?
Oh, I know. We forgot to do that. We forgot to do that.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry, say it again. Can and not. Can and not together make
Cannot.
Next, I have hasn't. Hasn't. What two words, if we pull hasn't apart, what two words made up hasn't?
Has and not.
Has not.
Hasn't.
What won't? This is always a tricky one.
What?
Won't. That's contracted, but if we pull the two words apart, what two words make up won't? Won't.
I'm gonna get this.
Okay, Josiah.
Will not.
Will not. Good. A lot of people say
I
won't not, but it's will not.
That's easy.
Good. Okay, so would not. This one needs to be contracted. What does it become when I contract it? Would not. It becomes wouldn't.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, should not. Let's contract should not. When I put it together and contract it, what does should not become?
Should not. Girl.
Yeah, but what does it become when you put it together?
I know that.
Shouldn't.
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 Not. That, but it was your now was really
Next we have isn't. That's already contracted. When I pull isn't apart, what two words make up isn't? Isn't. Hannah?
It's not.
Is not. Is not.
Not.
Next we have don't. That's already contracted. What two words, if we pull it apart, make up don't? Lyric?
Do not.
Do and not. And then wasn't. Wasn't is already contracted. What will it become when I pull it apart? What two words make up wasn't?
I know. Was and
not. Good. All right, awesome. All right, go ahead and get out your phonics and language. Let's do some dictation.
Were you pulling it? So you can think about it and do it. Like somebody was strong and pulling, and then they finally let it go.
Okay, we're on 221.
200 I got it first.
221.
You lost it. 22.
These are the animals.
I mean, stinky animals. Stinky animals.
I don't like small. Why not big?
And I don't like to get the fuck out of town.
Why? Let's quick sweep visit and bidden called stone.
No,
And sausage.
that's just what they are. All right, are we ready, everybody? 221? Yeah. All right, I'm doing full sentences today, okay? All right, first sentence says, Ben knows it is right to obey. Ben knows that it is right to obey. Hopefully you know how to write knows. Ben knows it is right to obey. Okay.
I never know which one is right. I write that. Oh, I did right there. Right there. It's right here. It's right there. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Ah, you're doing a sneaky stuff. What was it again? Ben knows. Stop writing forever. I already told you that. You know what?
No! Miss, would you not get right with my
Okay.
I've been reading
It's so good.
All right, we got it. Ben knows.
Yes.
So I just want to ask, how should knows be? How should knows be?
K-N-O-W-S.
K-N-O-W-S, knows. That's know like you have knowledge. We're going to learn homonyms soon, so that's a homonym.
No, you don't.
Okay, next sentence, the one on the bottom. Ready? Cindy walks her dog on the sidewalk. Cindy walks her dog on the sidewalk.
She goes with. Aw. That's my nanny's name, Miss Flugen.
Okay. Cindy walks her dog on the sidewalk.
I only write like.
If you have a dog.
Yes. And it's big and it's a girl. You would not want to go by the dog.
I thought that's what you were doing, though. A puzzle. Oh, yeah.
Walk. I'm definitely not left-handed, but when I put my left and right hand together, it makes it cool.
Okay.
And that's a right foot. Watch. I just is so fast.
Not ready.
All right, that's one. I don't know how I mash them. No one talk to me. Coloring, sometimes I write like this. With my hands like this, and I just kind of give my hands down.
Okay.
When we were on virtual,
One time.
I did not like it. That was fun. You didn't do a lot.
All right, do we have that one? Cindy walks. So Cindy, how should I spell Cindy? Cindy. Okay, Josiah, what you have?
Capital C-I-N-D-Y.
Good. C-I-N-D-Y. Cindy starts with a C, not an S. Remember, C goes by E-I-R-Y, it says. Good. Okay, so that's your dictation for today. All right, y'all, so that's pretty much it. Oh, no, never mind. We got language.
And we forgot those dimes and quarters sometimes. Oh, that was pretty much.
Okay, we actually don't. Okay, so spelling will be our last subject, and we're done for the day. So if you want to get out your spelling, list 23, page 46.
When are we doing our reading?
Wait, it's time. I have duty this week, so.
I found it.
The students
Uh-huh.
are spelling words.
Say that again.
Are spelling words.
Yeah, we'll just go over our spelling list for this week. Okay, list 23.
My favorite thing to do is learning. And my favorite thing to be. Now it's you always know it. Okay, tell Miss Woodland. Hello, my favorite thing to read.
All right, so let's look at list 23. Let's go over it together.
I say Ryan. And my name is Ryan.
All right, let's go through. So number 1 is read.
R-E-A-D.
2, maybe.
Maybe.
M-A-Y-B-E.
3, journey.
Journey.
J-O-U-R-N-E.
Journey.
4, believe.
B-E-L-I.
5, breathe.
B-R-E-A-T-H-E.
6, dirty.
Dirty. D-I-T-I.
7, mighty.
Mighty. M-I-G-H-T-Y.
8, surgery.
Surgery. S-U-R-G-E-R-Y.
Okay, 9, field.
F-I-E-L-E.
10, daydream.
D-A-Y-D-R-E-A-N. Daydream.
Okay, 11, honesty.
Honesty. N-O-N-L-E-S-T-Y. Honesty.
12, valley.
Valley. V-A-L-L-E-Y. Valley.
13, study.
Study. S-T-U-D-Y. Study.
14, seat.
S-E-A-T-E.
15, he. 16, she. H-E, she. And 17, we. Okay, vocabulary 18, curb.
Curb.
Yes, curb means the edge of a sidewalk. 19, research.
Research. R-E-S-E-A-R-C-H.
10, 20, certain. One at a time. 1. And it means to be sure. Awesome. So you don't have any Greek or Latin this week. So don't worry about that this week. You only have your 20 words from your book this week. So that's a good thing for y'all. It's because we're going on a break. So we're going to kind of take it a little light this week, okay? All right, so that is it for us today, guys. Please study your adverbs definition. That's what I have posted in Google Classroom. Tomorrow we'll practice a little bit with adverbs, okay? All right, so that's it, guys. Y'all have a good day. I'll see everybody on tomorrow. Bye-bye.